So stop the killing, Penn and Teal. For the last 50 years, it says that we lost 60% of our wealth, but in actuality, this right here being true, we spent 1.2 trillion circulating less than 0.1 times. Guess what? We lost 90-some% of our economic wealth. We don't have anything that's going on. We're consumers and employees because of the best of us. And when it comes to this 50-year period, let me sum it up. This 50-year period in which we've lost all of our economic wealth, all of the businesses were either shut down or either sold in the black community. Understand, young people, when they want to try to blame you, your parents, and rap music, that you haven't been driving this bus, I'm going to call it a bus this week. It's called African Americans here. You haven't been driving the bus. Rap music haven't been driving that bus for the last 50 years. And we're the ones responsible for selling all of the businesses and supporting all of the other businesses besides ours. So up to this point, see, that's one of the things that I know, is that whether you're right or whether you're wrong, guess what? You have to justify your position. And when it comes to the most educated and powerful of us, like the mayor, and C.T. Woody, and Byron Marshall, and Hearn, in which I've talked to Hearn about this idea, about this is a proactive idea when it comes to stopping the killing. I told him that the individual, they signed my truck. I'm riding around in my Navigator for all of those that support the idea of their own cooperative marketplace. They're signed up on my truck for right now, until we're able to put together the committee of people to be able to take care of that. And I showed her about a proactive. This is a proactive. Why do we have to be reactive? Wait till after the murder is committed. And I say to the young people over there that Charles Willis and Alicia Raisin, as far as I'm concerned, they're government, they're not government, they're city agents for the mayor. Want to go out there reactively and have vigil. But you understand that I've given away 300 of my business cards in those areas. And I told them when something happened, take my card to them. If they want to know why crime is perpetuated, why there's been a degradation, and not just the communities here in Richmond, but this is the same thing that's going on all over the country. We're talking about stop the killing in Chicago. You best believe new immigrants, they're running all of the convenience stores, beauty supply stores, fish markets. This being true, and all I'm saying is that we should compete with them. This isn't asking about a handout. This is about a hand up, because we're talking about one-time funding. The people are already ready for it. So we're talking about one-time funding to be able to get it started, whether it's 300, whether it's 400,000. Please, somebody call me. And the key with this is being able to employ the same methodology that President Barack Obama used in 2008 and 2012 to be elected and re-elected. He knew the importance of the entertainers, sports stars, and musicians, because the most educated of us are consumers and employees only. 1 out of 2 of your husbands that have degrees, they're unemployed. And most of them that I met that were married, their husbands were unemployed. A lot of the other educated women can't find a man to save their life. But I understand the reason why. 1 out of 2 are being arrested. And it's not alarming to you when you have your mimosas, the sororities, on the weekend, the Jefferson, Short Pump. These issues aren't an issue. But then I put on the TV, if I'm watching the TV, and it's the ASPCA commercial come on, then it's, oh, I can't look at that, change the channel. But I'm telling you, we need a commercial similar to that. But first of all, pointing out the truth, that it hasn't been the fault of young people, their poor parents, or rap music. The most affluent of us, the leadership, those that claim leadership for the last 20, 30, and 40 years, they've been guiding the bus. But guess what? We're a people, a Catonic people, that it's almost like, because these educated ones understand, and a lot of those that are religious, that I grew up with, see, religion didn't separate us when we were growing up. But now, since we supposedly mature, and you have a certain religion, if I tell certain truth relative to religion, now you have a problem with me. But I'm telling you, relative to this 278,000 and the $1 trillion, and me realizing now, and me understanding the importance, please understand the importance that no economics can sustain itself if you don't have communities. These educated ones, they've already went out to the Chesterfield, Henrico, go ahead. Because they already put in the paper, they got those quota systems. And there's no differentiation in your children of them knowing that they're affluent, that they belong to you, and the ones that they see after a murder over in Wookham Court. And they got the quotas over there. You think that you have, because of our title, because of the accomplishments or laurel in a degree that we have. I'm here to tell you that it's time for us to take the degree off of the wall and let's put it in the hearts of our young people. How can we be involved with colleges and then allow HBCUs all over the country to fail? St. John's College, people's alumni, to just go bankrupt. But we can be involved in predicate positions with VCU. We can be individuals that come from Hampton University. Dr. Harvey, with the economic development that he's doing in Hampton, that's similar to what's going on here with VCU. You come from that college, but you're not industrious. A lot of times you lazy as hell when it comes to these issues, because they don't respond to the 1 out of 2. But we can be in predicate positions, the provost of the VCU, to the extent to the extent that for the last 20, 30 years, you've been a part and helped build them to being the #1 employee in Richmond, Virginia today. So much so that they named buildings after you, or a building. But then, talk to you about using those abilities that you've used for VCU with Virginia Union University. But everybody are consumers and employees. Don't nobody know how to, nobody's involved in that. But we're people that are Christians that believe in the parable of the talents, where God gave one talent, one 5 talent, one 10 talent, and went on a far trip and told him, go to market with your talents. And the one that had 10, he came back, he had 20. The one that had 5, he doubled his to 10. The one that had 1 talent was so scared that he buried it in the ground. And he didn't give him those talents to go and buy suits to get jobs. It was about being industrious. But the one that came back with 1 talent, God was so disappointed with him. He said, you wicked servant. Give me your 1 talent. I'm going to give it to the one that had 10. That doubled it to 20. But we read those books. We read Genesis, where God said, when he created man in his image and his likeness, he told him 4 predicate things. He said, have dominion and control. He didn't leave it for these Negro preachers, African-American preachers, that won't tell the truth, to interpret it. He said the dominion and control of the fowl of the air, the fish of the sea, and of the land. And if we have become a people, we have become a people that are just consumers and employees only, we're not even in tune with the likeness and the image in which God created man. So I'll take a call. Maybe I slow up a little bit. But I'm here to say to all of the nationalities of individuals and of people, that this is not a white, black, but I talk this type of way relative to talking specifically to African Americans that don't want to concede to this. They want to blame the killing and all of this stuff that's going on our young people, on their poor parents, and on rap music. And understand, I'm in defense of individuals that are in low-income areas, their parents, whether they're poor or not, all of them are poor, as well as rap music. Because if you want to blame rap music, understand, number one, that rap music is a modern-day blues. They sung blues about the condition that was going on. Number two, if you're going to blame rap music, you're putting the buggy before the horse. Because individuals like Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, they grew up in areas and they experienced the things that they rapped about afterwards. We offer hope because we're talking about $1 trillion actual potential. The market belongs to us, people. And understand that this is the problem. But I just wanted to point it out because up until this point, we want to try to blame our young people. But they haven't been involved with the selling of all of our enterprises. Insurance companies, banks, everything, because we wanted to go other places. That's why it's important, because I want to get this other side out there, that it's not the fault of those young people. They're victim of the circumstances of what those 20 and 30 leaderships, from Al Sharpton, Reverend Jesse Jackson. Yeah, Al Sharpton, he can come out, like I said, we're Catonic people. When something bad happened, the brother in New York, that they choked the brother out, there's no way that I agree with that. I think that all of them, from the individual police officers that stood around and wanted to choke them, as well as the paramedics, I think all of them should pay. Even so, understand that before you cook meat, whether it's chicken, fish, or steak, you have to season it. And I say this, that when it comes to playing into the mindset that these police officers have, because they understand what they're dealing with, because they read about the arrest rate, the individuals that are, all of this stuff that's going on, and up to this point, all we do is blame them. So when they go in those areas, those low-income areas, they have that type of mentality. I think that they need to be retrained relative to, I believe this, when it comes to police officers, that you should do unto others as you will want done unto you. Or I would say that you should do unto others as you will want done unto your daughter, your cousin, your uncle. So if you approach whatever, I'm not saying to let your guard down. I'm not saying that. But if you approach those situations with that type of mindset and understanding that this is why they're in that condition. And right now they have hope. Please help us relative to this program, because they have hope of their own community cooperative marketplace. And we're talking about millions of dollars to start with. But we're talking about a concept that's not just good for here in Richmond, Virginia, but a concept that's good for the whole city of Richmond. And I want to leave